Greetings, Mr. Lee here. We're going to show two examples today of calculating slope. So still getting practice with this, specifically between 2 points. It's going to look a little bit different. I'm going to list some points here, but don't forget that you can list any set of points on a table. Okay, so here's the first example. What's the slope of the line through these 2 points? So again, recap of your slope definition. Change in y over change in x. How much are the y values changing in comparison to x? So if you have the points listed here, I can just focus on the y coordinates first, right? How do I get from 1 to a negative 4? Oh, we're going to have to subtract 5. So 1 minus 5 gets me to negative 4, so that's my change in y. And then let's go to your x coordinates. How do you get from a negative 10 to a 0? We're going to have to add 10, right? So negative 10 plus 10 is 0. So there you go. Change in y is negative 5. Change in x is 10. So our slope value should be negative 5 over 10. Okay? Let me show you on the table. This is something we've already seen. But if you're more comfortable with it, I would keep using it. Okay, so negative 10 comma 1, 0, negative 4. You just list it on the table. And you can even confirm it with a graph, right? If you're more visual and want to graph it, you can even count. Oh, it's down 5, right 10. It gives you the same thing. Okay, but again, going back to the table. Okay, we already know the slope value is negative 5 over 10. There's where your negative 5 is. To get from 1 to negative 4, subtract 5. And then to get from negative 10 to 0, you add 10. Okay, so same thing. 2 ways of looking at it. Pick your preference. But either way, you're going to get the same slope value. So negative 5 over 10, let's finalize that. I'm going to write it down here. Change in y over change in x, right? Our change in y was negative 5. Change in x was 10. So our final slope value, negative 0.5. If you want the simplified fraction version, don't forget about our little conversion here. I think when you do your Khan Academy exercise today, you're going to have to reduce the fraction. So definitely use decimals if you need help with that. But negative 5 over 10 is the same thing as negative 1/2. Okay? All right, good. Let's see one more example. So same thing, slope between 2 points. I have 2 new points here listed, or you can organize them on the table. So same thing, change in y over change in x. So how do you get from one y coordinate to the next? Negative 2 to 3, you're going to have to, add 5, yeah. Add 5, right? Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. And then to get from 2 to 9, we're going to have to add 7. That's a plus 7. So 2 plus 7 is 9. So there you go. Change in y is 5. Change in x is 7. 5 over 7 is our slope value. Okay? Let's see it on the table. Again, if you're more comfortable with the table, don't shy away from that. 2, negative 2, 9, comma 3, shows up on the graph even, right? Picture your line that goes to these 2 points. You can even count it. Oh, we're going up 5, right 7. Okay? So again, on your table, that's where your plus 5 comes from. To get from negative 2 to 3, your change in y is a plus 5. To get from a 2 to 9, your change in x is plus 7. Okay, so let's put it all together. I'll go down here. 5 over 7. Change in y is 5. Change in x is 7. So 5 over 7 is our slope value. Simple as that. And we get this crazy decimal, but convert it to a fraction. It doesn't simplify any further, so you're just going to write 5 over 7. Okay? So with that, you can start your Khan Academy exercise. It's going to be the same thing. Message me with any questions.